Hello friends, welcome to another video on my YouTube channel Code and Canvas, and we will be continuing with the memory in LangChain in this video. So in this video, we are going to cover a class called Runnable with Message History along with two internal classes that are provided by the LangChain for storing messages internally. So in the past video, if you have seen, we have covered what is memory and why we need it and a manual way to implement memory on your site. So as you know, we were using this base chat message history class, which we have inherited in this simple chat history class, and we have implemented all the required methods as well as the property in this class. Then we created a chatbot in which we were manually adding the messages that we were sending to the LLM as well as the responses being returned by the LLM, and we were creating our own memory layer out of it. Now let's see how to automate this in LangChain. By automation, I mean we can use this class which is called Runnable with Message History. So this class, this will take a memory object, a way to fetch all the memory conversation history, and it will by default do all this thing for you that you are doing in this chat method in simple chatbot, like adding a user message, adding a AI message, and everything. It will just by default, internally it will just store every conversation data into the same message object that you are maintaining here, and you don't need to implement this whole thing on yourself by yourself. Like you don't have to worry about storing the messages that a user is sending to LLM as well as the response you are getting from the LLM. All this thing will be done by this class internally. So let's see how this works. So mostly whenever we are working on a projects in LangChain, we usually use this we don't want to invent the wheel again, so we just use this class along with the different types of memory layer we want to work with, and it just works with every kind of memory layer. So this class, let's see how this works. So I've just created a modern memory manager here. In this, I'm just initiating my memory manager with a string and base chat history messages. So here I am creating a dictionary in which I'm just adding a string and all the history conversation that is happening with the user. So now the session comes into the picture here. So here I'm passing a session ID and I'm just checking in my dictionary if this particular session is there, return it, otherwise initialize it using a simple chat history that we have created at the top like in the previous video. So since you can see that it expects a base chat message history type, right? That is why in this memory manager as well we are expecting a base chat message history type. Now let's see how the Runnable with Message History works with this. So now this is my prompt template in which I have a system prompt, a Python mentor, key response is 100 words and everything. Then I have a placeholder, then I have the human input, the user input. So this placeholder, this will be used to store, this is the place where all your conversation history will go to the LLM. So if you will see, after initiating my memory object, my memory class, the modern memory manager, which is this, and I'm just passing it to my Runnable with Message History class. So as you can see, inside this memory manager, I'm using our simple chat history that we have created at the top with base chat history message and using that to fetch all the messages written by that. Now if you will see in the Runnable with Message History class, I'm passing a chain as a runnable. So this, as if you will remember the syntax from the past videos, this is a chain, right? Like you can create a complex chain or simple chain and you can just pass it here. It takes any runnable object. Then get session history method. So here I'm passing a lambda method which will in which I'm just providing a way to this class to get all the past conversations from the session. So this is here I'm using my memory manager to get all the conversation history. Then I'm telling this class the input key as well as the chat history key. So here we have created a chat history variable as well as the input variable, right? Input variable we have used for human messages and chat history variable we use for passing all the previous conversations. So we need to tell this class what variable is used for input of the user and what variable is used for storing all the past conversations. After initializing this class like this, we can just directly use this class and just invoke the LLM like a normal LLM. So we have a chain here. Then the same thing. I'm passing the first user prompt, which is I'm saying I'm learning Python and interested in AI. I'm storing the I'm printing the conversation, the bot response, and everything. Then my next question is what is the best first project and how long will that take? Same list of questions that we have seen in the manual implementation. So let's run these blocks. Let me first run this and then run it again. So if you will see, it's giving me the same answers that we saw with the manual approach. That Python is a popular language, then its first project is simple chatbot, libraries NLTK and all those things. And then depending on your familiarity with the Python, simple chat could take anywhere up to a few days. So it's working, right? It's remembering the past conversation. It's remembering the context of my past conversations, and it's returning with a response based on that. So this is how Runnable with Message History works. In this, you don't have to implement all the things on your own. Like you don't have to worry about storing conversations. All those things are done by this class internally, and you just have to use it like a chain and call LLM like a normal invoking like invoking a normal chain. So if you will see, I'm here using a. Let me go to the top. When I'm using a chain invoke method here, right? So this chain is the chain is a runnable that we are getting from this class, but from the output that we are getting from initializing this class, right? And I'm just using it like we have seen in the past videos, like a normal chain, like chain.invoke, and the dictionary I'm passing only the input. So my user input is my prompt, and the config is something in which we are passing the session ID. So let's see if we are keeping this empty. So let me make some changes to make it work with. If I want to remove the config from the chat, so instead of dictionary, you can just implement a list here, right? Like I have introduced dictionary to work with multiple sessions, but you can just put a simple list here, right? Like the message list. You can just put a list of this based on message history, and with this auto suggest is not good. I don't want to do that. Then here, instead of doing that, you can just do this simple sessions, and instead of doing it here, let's do it here and remove this thing. Now so the session ID, instead of using a session ID, let's remove this. And here we are expecting, now we are not expecting a session ID anymore, and remove this part as well. So this is the implementation without a session. Let's make it work with this class. So now we don't store any session anymore, right? Let's change the configurations here. Where is the configuration? Yep, this is the config, right? Let me try not passing the config in any of this LLM call. Okay, let me just run it. So as you can see, it's complaining about missing keys, session IDs, and the config configurable. These are expected variables for a LLM. So what is happening here, since you are using this runnable with message history class, right? So if you will see the implementation in the manual way, you are not maintaining anything like this, right? You are not maintaining any session ID, right? Here it's just a simple list. You are storing everything that is coming in the same list, and you are just using that for your conversation history, like no session or something like this is there. But in this, if you will remove the session from here as well as here, if you don't pass it, then it complains about that, right? So let's do one thing. Let's revert it back. but let's not revert the changes in this memory manager, and I think we don't need a session ID here. So get session, yeah, let's try it now. So in the configuration you need a session ID. So this is used to store a session. Get session takes one position to 2 were given. Okay, somewhere we are printing this. So let me remove this code as well. Yep. Let's see if it is clean now. Yep. Yeah, as you can see, without a session, like in our memory we are not storing a session, right? But still it needs a session ID here. So let's see how the memory looks like, right? So here again the user AI, the same conversation is happening. But with this runnable with message history class, you will need a session ID. So it uses the session ID to maintain different conversations happening with different people. So this is like multiple session handling multiple sessions. We will look into this in more detail in the further videos. But for this, just remember this session ID is used by this runnable with message history class to store multiple sessions for like storing multiple conversations in a separate session. So this is how you can use it. So let's move further in the video. We will talk about this multiple sessions in the further videos. For now, let's see the comparison between manual versus runnable message history. So obviously the advantage are like approach one manually is like explicit control. Like manual you can control whatever you want, how you want to store the memory and everything, like dictionary or list or whatever you want, right? It's good for learning, understanding how memory works, and flexible. Like obviously when you will implement something manually, you will know how the concepts work internally. So now with the runnable message history, you just initialize that class and invoke it like a chain, right? You don't worry about storing the messages. But manual implementation will give you a good understanding how the things behave internally. So in case you don't, and further in some projects maybe you don't want to go with the default implementation of LangChain and you want to implement your own memory, you want to have full control over your memory, you can do your manual implementation. Obviously with the runnable message history, all these things are gone, like you don't have to reinvent the wheel again. So cleaner code, like you don't have to write the complex logic, automatic context building, LangChain standards, and everything is there, like error handling built in. So obviously with the manual pattern that we have seen in the above, we are not doing any error handling, like what if something fails. But error handling is built in this runnable with message history. It handles all the errors for you as well. So this is how it helps you. It depends again on you, like what do you want to use. For now, we will see two different classes provided by the LangChain that can be used for runnable with message history. So InMemoryChatMessageHistory and ChatMessageHistory. So both these classes, these are same classes. They are just coming from different packages. InMemoryChatMessageHistory, this is coming from LangChain core, and ChatMessageHistory, this is coming from LangChain community. So this is kind of an older way to implement internal memory, and this is the new way to implement internal memory in LangChain. So if you are implementing an internal memory in LangChain, like just a simple conversation, you don't want to write your any custom logic, you don't want to inherit any class or write your own code, you can just go with any of them. But I would recommend to start using in-memory chat history messages from now on, because this is the modern way of this is the updated class which is maintained in LangChain core. Both the classes are exact same. They both maintain a list of messages in the conversation history, but this is coming from LangChain core. So now the people are using this class instead of the chat message history for implementation of in-memory objects. So as with base chat history message, you have to implement your own class and inherit all the methods that you need to work with the memory, right? Like in this simple chat history, with these classes you don't have to worry about that anymore. So those classes have their own implementation like this internally, and you don't have to do this anymore. So you can use them directly with the runnable with message history, and let's see how we do that. So you just implement, initialize in memory chat message history. You create a method, the same method that I have created above, where I'm storing a session ID. Based on the session ID, I'm just returning the messages that are stored in this stored for that session in the conversation history. Then this is my prompt, a simple prompt. You are a travel platforming assistant and remember destination, budget, travel dates from the input. This is my simple chain, and I'm just passing this get history method in runnable with message history like the previous example. First I'm passing a chain, then a way to get the conversation history, then the input variable which is in this prompt is questions, and then the history message key which is there which is a history in this particular prompt. So if you will remember from my previous videos, you can also use this messages placeholder here. So this will store earlier conversation, past conversations in the prompt while sending the prompt to the LLM. So we are in this we are passing the variable name as history, and we are just passing the same in the runnable with message history to tell it about it. Then we are invoking this chain that we get out of this runnable with message history, and I want to visit Japan and this, then my budget is this and all this. After we are printing the response, then we are sending another prompt where I'm asking the LLM about what budget did I mention. As you can see, in both of them I have put the same session as user one. Now let's see how this behaves. So my first for my first question, it says great choice, Japan is very beautiful and all and all and all, then destination and budget and travel dates and everything. Then it's suggesting me itinerary and estimated problem breakdown and tips and everything. So for my next message, what budget did I mention? As you can see, it's suggesting under the same budget. It's saying you mentioned a budget of 2 lakh. The preliminary plan I have provided keeps your budget in mind and while suggesting a potential breakdown of expenses. So as you can see, it remembered my budget, right? So in the first message, I'm saying my budget is this. In the second message, it's returning me the same. It remembered my budget. So now let's see the another class which is chat message history. So the same code here, same prompt and same thing. Here just I'm training it like a fitness coach. I'm just saying my weight is this, my goal is this, and in the next prompt I'm saying how much weight do I want to lose. So I'm using the same runnable with message history, and instead of in-memory chat message history, I'm using chat message history class which is coming from LangChain community. So it behaves in a very similar manner. If I run this code and let's see the response. Yep. So as you can see, you want to lose 10 kg and everything. So this is my first response, I think. So my first prompt was my weight is this and this, and it's giving me some fitness. It's giving me some suggestions about that. So my next question was how much weight do I want to lose? So as you can see, it remembered that I want to lose 10 kg, bringing your weight down from 85 to 75 kg. It remembered everything from my past conversation, right? So both of them behave in a similar manner. You can use both of them, but I would suggest start using the in-memory chat message history that is coming from LangChain core instead of LangChain community. I think that will be maintained in the further versions as well. So I'm using 0.3 version of the LangChain, and in this version both of the methods are supported. So it may happen that when you are creating a demo like this, maybe the version has changed and maybe you are working on an updated version and maybe this one is getting deprecated, chat message history. So just look out at the version when you are implementing the memory or you are working with the LangChain with the help of this video. So just match out the version. I'm on the LangChain 0.3 version. So this is all about this video. In this we covered different types of classes that helps you create in-memory layer for your agent, and in the further videos we will see how we use how to use external memories, work with file-based memory as well as the database-based memories, and a hybrid approach as well. And also I'll cover in a separate video the different methods or different memory layers that are being deprecated and 0.3, and they may not be supported in the newest LangChain version in the future. So please stay tuned and please like, share and subscribe, and have a nice day. Thank you.